The views expressed on the following program do not necessarily represent those of this station or its management.
This is the Stockwell Roueche Show, giving you real-time information you need to make educated decisions about buying and selling in the world-renowned Twin Cities. Now your hosts and real estate experts, Jason Stockwell and Josh Roueche.
The crystal ball. We are getting predictions today from the infamous. We're so fortunate to have him. Right. Carnac Jr.
Great Joshini.
The great Joshini is in studio today. We're very fortunate for Carnac to fly from where?
San Diego.
San Diego. Oh, okay. I thought you were in some other foreign.
I thought you were in a foreign
country. Oh, sorry. Maybe I am.
San Diego might be foreign.
But anyway, welcome to the Stockwell Roueche Show. I'm Jason Stockwell with Remax Results.
Josh Roueche, Remax Advantage Plus.
A.K.A. Carnac Jr., the great
Joshini.
So our topic today is predictions for the year, and we're very excited to go over those with you. As you can tell, it's a jollier time. I think it's the spring weather.
Yes.
I think it's everybody's excited, having fun, great temperatures, getting outside. Also with us in-house today, we have Maddie Bjorgum with Gradient Home Mortgage.
Hello.
And we have Melanie Peters with Gradient Home Mortgage as well.
Hello.
So we will do our market update, but first, Melanie is going to be sharing with us the tip of the day.
Quote of the week.
Tip of the day, and some other things. So, Melanie, go ahead and welcome to the Stockwell Roueche Show.
Thank you. I'm Melanie Peters with Gradient Home Mortgage, and I'm here to share with you the quote of the week, the tip of the day, and some info on where we're at right now. The quote of the week is "A good garden may have some weeds" by Thomas Fuller, English churchman and historian. And the tip of the week is be honest, be trustworthy, be helpful. Nothing is more important than your personal reputation.
Great.
I like that one. Yep. What was the first one? The garden, or what was it?
A good garden may have some weeds.
I like that because I'm getting weeds right now in my backyard, and they're starting to come everywhere. So now's the time. Get out there and weed. So just because you have weeds doesn't mean it's a bad garden. I like that. Very true. Very true.
Some info on that hits us on where we live. As the housing market garden sprouted this spring, we saw some wonderful growth along with what seemed like a few bothersome weeds. The growth came in the form of existing home sales up a solid 6.1% in March. This was their highest level since September of 2013. Wow. Freddie Mac's primary mortgage survey for the week ending April 23rd saw national average fixed mortgage rates down slightly, remaining near 2015 lows.
I think I got a prediction on that today about rates.
Oh, do we?
I do.
Wow, I'm already on it. Carnac already knows everything.
I don't even feel the
power in this room right now.
Sorry, Melly. Go ahead and repeat that last sentence because Carnac just can't hold back right now.
I can't. It's the hat.
Freddie Mac's primary mortgage market survey for the week ending April 23rd saw national average fixed mortgage rates down slightly, remaining near 2015 lows. Their deputy chief economist called this positive news for potential home buyers in the market this spring. Remember, mortgage rates can be extremely volatile, so check with your mortgage professional at Gradient Home Mortgage.
Yes, I agree. So, Melanie, wave to the camera and say hi, everybody, so they know who you are. Maddie B's here as well. Just so you know, we have a camera in studio, so if you ever want to check us out, you can always go to the website, which is actually going to be revamped. We're very excited. TalkTwinCitiesRealEstate.com. TalkTwinCitiesRealEstate.com. You can find us on Facebook, the Stockwell Roueche Show. The YouTube will be on there. On Twitter, I don't know exactly what we have on there, but we do have at Twin Cities RE. At Twin Cities RE. And then you can always call us. Feel free to reach out. We're here to help you with any questions you have. 651-400-0773. 651-400-0773. And we're on every Sunday, 10 a.m. here on AM 1280 The Patriot. And we look forward to providing you with valuable information with some great shows and great topics. So thank you so much, Melanie, for that. That reminds me of one quick side topic here, but the garden that has weeds. There was an article that came out I saw, and I think it was on Facebook, about St. Louis Park being the first city, I believe, to be called a bee-friendly city.
They want
not necessarily not BE friendly, but BEE friendly. So they're not putting pesticides, I believe, on the public areas to allow the bees to have a natural habitat, which
that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. So I think, and homeowners can even put signs in their lawn and all that. And whether you're, and it's not a political topic, it's just about making an environment for the bees. Now, of course, some of us love may love perfectly green lawns, so don't, this isn't a slam on you, but I'm just saying that's good for the bees, and as long as they have places to go, I think we all need bees. I think I read something else that if without the bees, it would be
sounds weird, but yes,
massive food depreciation.
Oh, absolutely.
Not depreciation, but depletion.
Yeah,
of food,
with the amount of cross pollination that happens because these bees go from one plant to another,
it's amazing.
Absolutely.
Bees are amazing. So be friendly. Be friendly, maybe.
Be friendly.
All right, Matty B, market update. What's happening in the real estate market, mortgage market right now in the Twin Cities?
Some data for the Twin Cities area. New listings are up 21% last year. March 2014, 6,495 homes for sale. New listings right now for the month of March 2015 hit 7,887. Active listings is up about 1%, so not much change there. We're at about 14,127 homes. Month supply has had no change since last year. We're still at about 3.3 months. But if you think about that, that's not a lot of inventory.
Right. Yeah, 3.3 months.
And
is there a change on that on pending?
Pending sales are up 30% from last year. 30%.
Wow. And if you're a realtor out there, you know a realtor, you're working with a realtor, you're married to a realtor, you're dating a realtor, or
whatever
your
it is.
family's a realtor,
right.
You are probably seeing the stress level dramatically increase, or same with a loan officer, or anybody in the real estate industry. There's just so much going on. We're trying to please everybody, and we want to make everybody's transaction go smoothly. It's very difficult with a lot of the regulations that are in place to get everything through to the finish line. So please be nice to your neighbor, but also be nice to your realtor and mortgage professional.
Right.
And the bees.
And the bees, yes.
The other thing that was kind of notable here is our average median home sales price in the state of Minnesota, the 7-county metro area, has gone up 11% since last year.
Yep, that's awesome.
That's amazing. Like
the median sale price has been up 11%.
Yep.
It's March over March.
March over March.
Wow.
From 190 last year to 210 this year, which is remarkable.
Well, it shows that we're coming back to a more traditional market again.
Great for the sellers, great for the economy, great for everybody in the real estate construction profession. You're just seeing massive growth. Everybody's busy, which is great, and we love it, actually. So we thank you for buying and selling houses and being involved and taking advantage of the marketplace that's available right now. So
now, some other stuff in regards to like mortgage news. The Federal Open Market Committee, which is the monetary policy body for the Federal Reserve System, had some changes to what they've been talking about recently. Our weak inflation went from largely last month to partly. So they're saying we're partly experiencing a weaker inflation rate.
That's so specific. How do they nail it down so much like that?
To be honest with you, I have no idea how they actually come up with this stuff.
They just really. It's very clear to me what they're saying, right?
Yeah, exactly. Super clear. Household spending, according to them, has declined, it was rising monetarily previously. So people were out spending money, and apparently now the government thinks that we're not spending money. Business fixed investments has slowed. It was previously in an advancement stage, which just means that people are kind of trying to figure out what's going to happen with our economy. There's a lot going on in real estate right now, but that doesn't necessarily always reflect off on the rest of our economy.
Right. Yeah.
And a couple of the big takeaways from their recently updated statement was, when will it become a clear concern for the Fed that they are experiencing a deteriorating economic condition? It seems that they're only mentioning weakness and changing some of the words in their previous statement to let us know that they are actually aware that our economy may not be as good as everybody says that it is. And the big translation, I guess summary of all of this basically the Fed has their blinders on right now. They're kind of blind to everything that's going on, and it's. I don't see interest rates going anywhere. I think they're gonna keep them where they're at, but there's a lot happening.
Well, Matt, let me stop you right there. I believe Carnac actually would know what's going on.
And I'm hoping my statement was actual statement.
I agree with 100%, but we'll wait for the authority, the infamous Carnac, to tell us. But I agree with Matty B on that there's not enough going on, even though it's a lot better, and as we talked about, the market's great appreciation in housing and jobs, but something is just not going, even though you see all that on the surface, there's some underlying thing that they won't raise rates, and a lot of it is attributed to overseas or abroad stuff that we're seeing. So I have clients that were in from Beijing yesterday. I was out showing them houses. They said everything's great in China. yes, there's some fear of a bubble, because I asked specifically, I said, what about the bubble in China that might burst, So what they're doing, investing in the U.S.
Yep.
That is their protection mode.
Yep.
If there is a bubble in China and it bursts, they are protected here because of our economy is just overall more stable, I believe.
Which is really strange to me because a few years back that was not the case.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting stronger as an economy, it shows that.
That makes me feel prideful inside. Like our country's actually doing something good again.
Gas prices are ticking up a little bit. I saw because I was over the
$2.43 today.
a week ago last weekend. I was talking with a gentleman who lives in the Balkan.
Yeah.
And housing prices were going insane there. Like insane, like more than anywhere in the Twin Cities almost. You're talking the best parts of the price per square foot in the Twin Cities. They're getting in the middle of nowhere in Montana and
in the middle of a prairie.
So, anyway, he said a lot of his people, they're cutting back, but it's actually for them, many of them, it's a welcomed break.
Yeah.
Because they've been worked so hard for so long and so many long hours and all this that they're like, yes, we can get a little reprieve here.
The pace up there is ridiculously fast.
It will come back. We know oil will go to 100 a barrel again. And at some point, whether it's on 6 months or 6 years, we don't know the time of it. But so all in all, they're doing okay, even though some of them have been affected, obviously, by the oil prices. But anyway, that's an overall broad view. But specifically in the Twin Cities, great interest rates, supply of housing. People keep putting them on. They keep going off. The pending sales are up 30% in the month of March, and it's very competitive. If you have a property that you like,
everywhere, right? And price points. There's different price points.
I put a house on Friday last week. We had 2 offers by Monday, highest and best, sold for over asking price. I can't. That's like awesome. A common theme if it's a good location and a good property. Again, if you have a deterring factor on your property, do everything you can to offset that with other features of your property. So we're happy to help. We have wonderful stagers, wonderful crew, wonderful team of agents that can help you all around the Twin Cities. If you have any questions, Maddie Beek and Melanie for sure with any mortgage questions or refinance questions. People are still refinancing, right? I mean,
absolutely they are.
Yeah, there's
with the drop in interest rates where they've come down to an FHA making a few changes, there's people who bought a year ago who can come back in and actually take advantage of some of the rates where they've been down and actually still qualify.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Stockwell Roshini Show, Jason Stockwell with RE/MAX results.
Josh Roueche, RE/MAX Advantage Plus.
When we come back, I know you've all been waiting, and I don't want to make you wait any longer. We will have Carnac Jr., the famous with the crystal ball, the great Roshini when we return. Thanks for listening.
Married to the fortune teller.
We also have a great visitor from the East, the famous seer, sage, all-knowing, all-seeing, all-omniscient, and former master of ceremonies at a house of pies. Ladies and gentlemen, Carnac the Magnificent.
Thank you. Thank you.
The wonderful Carnac Jr. has joined us today.
Yes.
We're so grateful.
So thankful to be here.
The Crystal Carnac,
Yes.
welcome.
Thank you.
You were in Bora Bora recently, I heard. How was that?
Yeah, it was great. Bora Bora was great.
He's from the Far East, so he's gone so far around that he's made it to San Diego, which I
and
love
I
the
flew over here. Right.
So,
Yes.
Carnac Jr., we are talking predictions, and for you out there listening, you're listening to the Stockwell Roshini Show. I'm Jason Stockwell with RE/MAX Results.
Josh Roueche, Roshini with RE/MAX Advantage Plus.
And we are talking predictions and what's going to happen for the rest of the year. We're both with RE/MAX, and Dave Lindiger, the founder of RE/MAX, had a newsletter come out, and he was on TV on MSNBC or on some CNN or some news channel about economic stuff, and he said, and this is a great one, he sees that there will be a strong real estate market for the rest of the spring. And I'm looking at like, what?
Yeah, wait.
Great. Way to go
Awesome.
on a limb right there. We have a month left of spring.
Where's the other 3/4 of the year at? Where'd that go?
So we are fortunate
Yes.
to have Carnac, because Carnac's going to give us the
tell-
overall. Now, I love RE/MAX. I love the owner, Dave. So don't get me wrong, but it was a little vague. It was almost like the Fed talking, like, things are okay, but they don't put any parameters on
I was
it.
gonna say, kind of sounded like John Madden. Like he's gonna run the ball if he's got the ball to run.
He's got the ball.
He's got the ball.
If he gets to the ball, he will run.
That's awesome.
So Joshini, Carnac Jr.
Yep. Yep, I'm here.
Esquire, Sir. What would you, King?
Yeah.
What would you like to be?
Well, you know what? You know what's interesting is we do a radio show. Yeah, here I am in a getup, and I have a
costume.
hat on. I have a costume.
Everybody needs to go
and
to YouTube
it just
and check
shows
it
how
out.
far I'll go for the radio show and for you guys out
Taking
there.
one for the team. We
Awesome.
appreciate
I love
you.
it. So
It's super hot, by the way. It's really hot.
You do
with this
look
hat
hot.
on. Yep. Well, thanks, Matt. Appreciate that.
So what is happening in Carnac? What is going to happen in the rest of 2015 and beyond? Let's start.
Let's start. Let's start.
Start us off. Here we go.
All right,
Drum
ready?
roll.
Chris, yeah, there we go. I've got an envelope here, so if you guys can't really see this.
He's rubbing it on
YouTube.
his head right now.
On my head. Hang on. With
Tap,
a gobble
tap, tap.
gobble here and a gobble gobble there.
Gobble gobble here and a gobble gobble there.
What could that possibly mean?
Is it Thanksgiving? Are we already? He might be going way out to Thanksgiving here.
I might be. Can't get it out. Hang on.
Gobble gobble here and a gobble gobble there.
How do you raise the bio or the bid at Turkey Autumn?
How do you raise the bid at a turkey auction?
That's great handwriting. Great handwriting.
How do you raise the bid in a turkey auction?
At a Turkey Autumn. I'm like, okay.
I believe that is directly from
Yes.
the real Carnac.
That was
real
the real
That
Carnac.
was the real
Yep.
Carnac. And actually, that comes into
How
play.
do you raise the bid?
Gobble, gobble,
With a
here,
gobble gobble here and a gobble gobble there.
But that
Gobble,
comes
gobble.
into play if you guys are watching about the turkeys. Did you see Governor Dayton recently was on TV eating turkey? Now, some of you probably wish it had the bird flu, but it didn't apparently. Some of our listeners may. But anyway, they're putting money into it because the bird flu is such a pandemic or a bad thing for all the turkeys up there. They got to figure out what's going on. Otherwise, because we have such a huge.
I'm so glad
turkey.
we're talking about turkeys.
But that's what got me on the
I
turkey
love it.
topic.
That's awesome.
So we got to get this fixed before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Otherwise,
Yes,
it's
it's coming. It
So
is
anyway,
coming.
they're stepping in. They're putting some, I think, $100 million to figure out, get rid of this
Turkey.
though, because there's so many bird flu infestations
Wow.
with the turkeys. So anyway, side note.
That's awesome. That you watch.
Carnac,
Yes.
what's happening next? What's the prediction?
This one, let's see. Increase.
Increase.
What could increase mean? Better not be rates.
No.
I hope not.
Increase.
Will the purchase business in the Twin Cities continue to increase month over month? What do you think there, Jason?
It will increase.
It will increase.
Will it continue to
Will it
increase
continue to
month over
increase
month?
month over month?
Oh yes, I believe and I agree. I think it will continue.
It will.
Is it going to go past the spring though?
But
It will go past the spring. I predict it will continue to grow up at least until the fall takes place.
that's Carnac and I. Wow, I must
Right,
because I'm
right?
so close to him.
It's
I know.
rubbing off
It
on
is.
you.
I was gonna say August, which
Right, which is fall.
is fall. Wow,
Right,
we
see?
are.
We're on the same page. All right,
So next, Carnac.
this one. This is so funny that I'm doing this. Rates. Here's the one.
Rate.
This scares me.
We will learn about what's going to happen to interest rates, I presume, here, hopefully.
What is Jason's YouTube rating? No. Interest rates. I predict that they're going to be stable through the summer, and we'll start seeing an increase a little bit when fall hits. Interest rates.
Perfect. That will time up perfectly
That
with
goes with exactly what the Fed was saying.
slowdown of the market as well, though, in the real estate.
That internet is great stuff.
It is.
It helps Carnac with his predictions. N6.
In six.
Wait, in six or you say in sync?
In six.
No, that's a
In
music
Sync's a band.
band back in the day. You had their poster on the wall.
Oh,
It's okay.
Melanie, you might like in sync. Is that true or not? Or did
No,
you?
I used to.
Okay, got it. Okay.
N6.
So in six.
In six.
So 6% maybe.
I hope it's not 6%. I don't want to see him go back to that. But I'm interested. What does in six mean?
The Wild beat the Chicken Hawks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's going
I'm
out
predicting
In
N6.
six.
I like that one.
Carnac from the Far East is a Wild fan. I
am.
I love it. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
It's great. I love that Minnesota Wild team. Dubnik. Go Dubnik. Go Dubs.
All right, next prediction for 2015.
This one's the Fed.
Ooh, we were just talking about them.
Ooh,
the
the
Fed.
Fed.
The Fed.
Kind of like an ominous word. It's like Darth Vader.
So this one's a little tricky because I can't get it out of the envelope.
The Fed. That's because the Fed has it, and they don't want it now.
Will the Fed leave rates low? I predict yes. We just talked about that a little bit. I believe the Fed will leave the rates low up until fall hits.
You know, I'm glad these were sealed prior to you.
I have no idea.
They're so hard to even open.
Maybe that one didn't want to come out.
We knew all this. I mean, you knew all this, and we were talking about this. This is great. I mean, and last but not least,
all right. This is probably my favorite prediction. I know this one. This is about me and you.
The final prediction for 2015 from the Carnac Jr., the great Josh Roshini.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Ooh, winner, chicken dinner. Could be about the Wild again, maybe?
Doolittles. What Josh and Jason are thinking before, during, and after the radio show. We like their chicken wings.
Yes, we do have to give wings. A shout out to Doolittles. They're right next door to where we have our studio and do our show from. And
it's not really prediction because that's fact.
That is.
The food is amazing.
True. Winner chicken. Or no, that was winner chicken dinner.
Yeah.
They have
some amazing wings.
You know, we go there every week. They're just great. They have great salads. Their chicken wings are great. If you've ever had the pleasure of eating at Doolittle's, I would, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I would encourage you to check them out.
It's almost on a nightly basis. Me and Jason talk late at night, and we somehow those wings come up, and we talk about the wings for the next.
They're awesome. Yeah, they're awesome. Good. So summary. So Melanie, Maddie B.
Yes.
Josh, the great Roshini. Summary of the predictions.
Joshini, Roshini. Here we go.
Joshini. Summary of predictions for 2015. What do we got? What do our listeners? What are they going to have confidence in? Because they may not have confidence in many things out there with the media. What are some of the things we think that they can have confidence in going into 2015?
Housing market is stable. It's more traditional.
Or through 2015, I should say.
I think we're at a more traditional housing market than we have been in a long time.
We have a lot more programs coming out that are available to us as well. I know, I think I may have spoke about this last week, but Fannie Mae has come out with a new program. The guidelines are not completely released yet as they're getting ready to implement this program, but it's going to get to a point where these big government-sponsored entities, Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae specifically, are coming out with a 3% down payment where they're going to gift 3% to the buyers, where before they had to come in with the down payment, this is them actually giving the down payment as the bank, where it's technically 100% financing, which is pretty amazing.
It's amazing. It's scary.
Do you hear that?
Yes.
That's the sound of someone inflating a potential bubble. I just heard in the background when Maddie B talked about the 3% being given back to the borrower.
What happened in 2004 through 2007? We had those type of products.
Okay, I'm excited about a lot, but I also always tell I always care about people out there and what's going on. Be cautious. Where it's not the time to be running around and invest. It is the time to be investing, but all time should be investing, but not just willy-nilly throwing money around, leveraging to the hilt, all those things, because you never want to hear, and then you don't want to hear anything, and then all of a sudden,
pop. Oh, yeah, away goes
the Jason blowing the balloon.
Because that, and again, if you look historically, we as a culture, we as a people, as human beings, have a very short-term, short-sighted recollection of how bad it was.
Right.
And we go right back into trying the same things all over again. And just be cautious. So if you're doing these programs, I'm sure they're putting hopefully more restrictions on these.
They're putting a home buyer course that they actually have to take. It's like 9 modules that'll all be done online, where you actually have to get a certificate and it's for somebody who has either is a first-time home buyer or hasn't owned a home in the last 3 years.
Right.
And with the way things have changed in our marketplace, both on the real estate and the mortgage side, it's good that they're requiring this class. Like me personally, I want to take the class so I know that my clients are going to be experiencing as well. I want to know the information.
One protection that I've seen from lenders, I don't know if it's coming from the lenders, but the appraisers are just skittish as
they are.
Oh, you have no idea.
They have a lot of control.
They are lowering the appraisal. They're saying we were not able to get this. So I think that's either not a direct directive
I've seen that
from
with
the
my
lenders.
Team.
But it may be somehow a sub direction or understood direction that they make sure that sucker doesn't come back in a foreclosure, right?
Yep.
They're trying to put every measure in place to prevent that.
I think, and I don't know this for sure, but I got some friends who underwrite at some of the bigger banks, and they talk about, if they're gonna put their name on this thing, it has to be good. It's gonna come
The
back.
appraisers you're talking about, or
The
loaner?
appraisers and the underwriters.
Well, the underwriters, because this comes back on them.
Yep.
Well, we will be back very shortly. We have a special guest coming on. I'm Jace, another special guest, not to outcast or to overdo the Joshini, but I'm Jason Stockwell with Remax Results.
Josh Roshini, Remax Advantage Plus.
We'll be back. Thanks so much.
Because I can do magic, I can do magic. Now I ain't no psychic, but I can see what you mean.
Welcome back to the Stockwell Roueche Show. I'm Jason Stockwell with Remax Results.
Josh Roshini, Remax Advantage Plus.
And Carnac Jr.
The Joshini.
Joshini.
You're going to call me Roshini.
Josh Roshini, Carnac Jr. So we just finished with him. He gave
Joshini
predictions
or
for
Roshini?
2015, the rest of it, which is cautious optimism, which I think would be a good word that the Fed might have used or would use as well. So, Josh, thanks for that, and Carnac Jr. And
You're welcome.
He's a double personality.
Bora Bora.
So.
Thank you.
double personality. So we are very honored. We have another special guest for you, Nene Matikeke.
Yes.
Nene Matikeke is
You got
here.
that. Good job.
He is a fellow realtor, actually. So here's the little rundown on Nene. Realtor of the Year in 2014, which is phenomenal. Out of how many realtors? Thousands and thousands.
7,500.
How many?
7,500.
Yeah, 7,500 realtors. He's voted Realtor of the Year for 2014. Nene and I go way back quite a ways, but he has I was in his office a few weeks ago, and the amount of classes, courses, completions, certificates, certifications, credentials is amazing. I was floored by it. The whole wall, all the way up, it went up 15, I don't know how many feet up of just all these accreditations.
15-foot walls.
And it was very tall in the office, yes. And anyway, Nene and I met back at the Paul Wellstone Center in St. Paul.
Yes.
During the downturn. Economy had collapsed. Everything was crashing. Housing was depression. And we met there. And have communicated ever since, stayed in touch. He's a fellow realtor, which also shows Josh, myself, Nene, all realtors, all different brokerages, but we work together continuously in transactions and in everything. Yep. So that's why we're all open, and we have Minneapolis is very fortunate to have a good group of people that are willing to share and communicate with each other. So welcome, Nene.
Thank you. Thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you for having
Realtor
me.
of the Year 2014. So Nene,
yes.
Just give us a little background on yourself. What got you into real estate, all about your company, all those sorts of things would be great. So,
Well, thank you, Jason, for first off having me on your show. Appreciate it. And to talk a little bit about my journey is, first off, I've been in real estate for 15 years. I've owned my own brokerage for 11 of those 15 years. The company name is RNR Realty International. We are a small firm, but very strong in many ways. My journey has consisted of, first off, I was actually a financial planner with American Express Financial Advisors when I started down the road of real estate. One of the reasons why I chose real estate was, one, I've always had a love and a passion for architecture. However, as a financial planner, I noticed that there was a big void in a conversation in which the clients that I was talking to we were talking about their financial plan, but we had no conversation about the biggest expense of their life, and which is the purchase of a home. And so that intrigued me to pursue my own real estate career, and which I first started with actually Edina Realty. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
That's where I cut my teeth, and I loved them for all the things that they taught me.
Josh and I both love Edina Realty.
Yes.
No, I was kidding. No,
We do that. I've got some good
we're
friends
very
over there.
fortunate in Minneapolis to have just really good brokerages, whether it's the mom and pop shops, if you will, like your brokerage where it's a privately owned, or the larger Remax, Edina, Coldwell. They're all very, very good. But anyway, you started there, which is great. Good learning experience there.
Very good learning experience. It was one to get a better understanding on how some of the bigger brokers do it, and what is the expectation for clients on a large scale. In 2004, I transitioned into going into my own brokerage and started R&R Realty at the time, and now it has grown to R&R Realty International. The reason for the change was because back in 2009, I pursued one of the designations that, Jason, you spoke of, which is the Certified International Property Specialist. And the pursuit in that was, if you remember, in 2009, we had a devaluating dollar as far as our American economy was concerned. In addition to the power of the internet was really starting to be realized across the globe. Yep. And so if you couple those things together, then you know that the world is changing before us, and I wanted to be ahead of that change.
Cool. Very
That's awesome.
cool. So, Realtor of the Year.
Yes.
2014.
Yes.
What does that, what does that mean? Because my kids call me the Realtor of the Year every year. but
well, there's a couple of imposters out there. No.
So, but you actually have a plaque. I've seen it, and a medallion, and a Realtor of the Year. It made publications and magazines and all that. So, what are they looking for? What does that mean that you did to do that?
Well, first off, what it means is that when you really are committed to the industry and as far as real estate is concerned, and our local market. Some of the things that contribute to winning the award is, one, being involved at the association on a local, state, and national level, in which I achieved all three. In addition to that, you have to be doing pretty decently in the marketplace as far as representing both buyers and sellers, and you have to have a clean record as far as no complaints, no issues with working with clients.
Okay, so that's awesome, and that's very, very cool. Congratulations on that. We're very honored to have the Realtor of the Year 2014 here, and the involvement that Nene has, I've seen it firsthand on the Minneapolis Association, I believe the Minnesota Association as well, and then I don't know, I'm not involved really on anything in there, or the national, for that matter. So that's the National Association of Realtors, correct? So you participate in the NAR events, National Association events?
Yep, actually we'll be going to Washington, D.C. here in the second week of May for the Realtor Convention, Realtor Party Convention, and that is where several realtors gather together to engage their legislators on Capitol Hill. Great event, and then also I do attend the annual that is held in November as well.
Well, so if you're listening out there that know a realtor, worked with a realtor, the National Association of Realtors has almost 1 million, or is it over 1 million members?
Over 1 million members.
Over 1 million members.
The strongest trade association in this country.
Really? Wow. So that, and thanks to guys like Nene and agents like Nene, they are involved. They're going out meeting with the legislators to make things better, not only for the realtors want, of course, things better, but the realtors have you as the customer ultimately in mind when they're going through to lobby and participate with the legislators, right, Nene?
Yes.
It's not like give me more commission, right?
No, but actually what our goal is to be the voice for real estate and for property rights owners. So
property rights is huge, yes.
Yeah, so what we champion is, for example, we currently have a position that we don't want to see the mortgage interest deduction reduced or modified because of the fact that the average homeowner takes advantage of the mortgage interest deduction and where they can claim their interest against that they paid on their loan against their taxes.
Yes.
But we've had conversation at the legislative level that they were intending on modifying that to capping it to $500,000. Well, in our market, that doesn't seem too bad, but if you go into other markets such as New York, Miami,
California,
anywhere where they have a large populace, then that really gets really tight real fast.
Yeah. So the national is so you're there representing Minnesota with others, but you're going national, so there's certain things that affect them in California. I wouldn't mind if it was 500 over here personally, because a lot of the majority of homes are under that.
Right? Correct. But
out
if you,
there, it's going to be 80% of the homes, and for example, San Diego or something like that, maybe 90% are over that, and that's going to affect the masses. So
and especially when you're doing on a federal level, that's where it gets complicated because of the fact that state by state, there's changes in regards to their markets.
All of them, yeah. Other stuff I think of is property rights. So realtors that do this and participate actively are doing it. Do you guys get paid more for going and being involved in the Minneapolis Area Association, for example?
No.
So this is just
purely volunteer.
Exactly.
Voluntary.
So that's my point of this whole thing for you listening out there about your realtor. If your realtors are if you have a realtor, no realtors, or realtors are involved, they're doing it because they want to have something better. They want to protect real estate. They want to protect the right to own real estate. They want to have, because it's the livelihood of a realtor to help people buy and sell houses. And if that stuff changes in a negative way, and then say there's less people able to buy or less people able to sell or whatever the circumstances are, then that affects our business as a realtor, right?
Yes, and then for example, on a more at-home perspective, on a state level, I don't know if you remember, a couple of years ago, it was introduced by our state legislature to tax services.
Yes.
Yes, and so needless to say, the realtor community was like, we would be included in that bill, and so we pushed back because that would negatively impact.
And that's not only real estate service. There was a boatload of other services that
Title,
didn't have
mortgage.
They didn't have the large group of realtors behind them. So that's a good.
Let's bring that back in the next segment. Let's talk about
Nene, Maddie KK, Realtor of the Year 2014 is with us. I'm Jason Stockwell with Remax Results.
Josh Roshini, Remax Advantage Plus.
We'll be back. Welcome back to the Stockwell Roshini Show. I'm Jason Stockwell with Remax Results.
And Josh Roshini, Remax Advantage Plus.
Every Sunday, 10 a.m. here at AM 1280 The Patriot. You can always call us, 651-400-0773, 651-400-0773. Find us online at talktwincitiesrealestate.com or Facebook under the Stockwell Roshini Show. We do, Barry White is our videographer. He's here videoing us every week.
Thanks, Barry.
And you can see us on YouTube. And feel free to subscribe to YouTube. There's a lot of good content, a lot of good information about all kinds of topics with a mass array of real estate topics and housing topics and in-home care and you name it, assisted living and boat show stuff. We have all kinds of stuff on our Facebook and on our YouTube. So we have
What?
the Josh Roshini. I slipped in there for a second.
Roshini.
Jr., who gave our predictions. We have Nene Maddie KK here with R&R Realty, Realtor of the Year 2014, talking about the involvement of what it takes to be the Realtor of the Year and get designated for that and actually voted in, if I'm correct, right?
Yes, you are elected by your peers.
Elected by your peers, and the involvement at there has to be, we're talking about the volunteer involvement in the local association, the Minneapolis or St. Paul, the state association, and also the National Association of Realtors. And these realtors that are fighting for you, they're fighting for you as homeowners, as home buyers, as sellers, as land property owners, to make sure that stuff is not changed to decrease your rights or your interest or your ability to do things, so that you can still have the property and sell it and do as you choose with it. Trying to do things like that is what their involvement is, and they work on both sides of the aisle with all kinds of array of topics, right, Nene?
Yes. We actually have a organized political system, which is called the Realtor Party Action Committee. And the focus of that organization, in which I am a contributor to, and actually have another level, I'm significant contributor, is real estate matters. We do not, one of the beautiful parts about this is that it really sticks to the real estate issues. It is not party line. It is not anything in regards to the left or the right. It is strictly down the middle, only concerning real estate.
Real estate, yes. So, and that's the RPAC? What is it? Real Estate?
Political Action Committee.
Political Action Committee. So
I'm on their board of trustees.
Really? That's great. That's awesome. So they they don't really care where it comes from, or if it's Democrat or Republican, or if it's for this or for that. They look at how it's going to affect
Right.
the real estate industry.
Yes. Yes, and the effects of real estate, such as we spoke earlier, was such as in the state of Minnesota, we just had a legislation passed on sprinklers.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So if you think of that,
Not sprinklers for your lawn, folks. We're talking about sprinklers
inside the home.
inside your home,
Right.
due to if there's a fire in your home, and then it's like when you go to a building, a commercial building or a large apartment building or the mall, you'll look up and there's the sprinklers in there, and if there's a fire, the sprinklers kick on. That was actually my knowledge of this, and Nene can correct me, but that was not neither side, Democrat nor Republican, in the House or Senate state representatives voted for or wanted it, but Governor Dayton just put it in place.
Yes.
And then the builder community, the Association of Builders, and the realtor community was actually against it due to the cost to the homeowner. Correct?
Yes, because it's a cost that is incurred that was not anticipated, and if you think of it in the context of doing business, there's no way that the small builder, especially, can absorb these kind of costs. So that it's cost that is passed through onto the buyer.
To the client, right?
And there's a lot of other dynamics with it. It's just like not to say government is bad, but what government typically does is they'll start out saying, okay, we want this in place. So they start out at a high kind of a level that only affects certain people. So they started out with homes that are built with 4,000 or more finished square feet, right?
Yes.
Which the theory is, yes, that's great. That's the rich, or that may be the 1% or whatever. And then, but what happens is once that's in place, it's so easy, slippery slope, to say, oh, now we're going to go down to 3,500. Now we're going to go to 3,000. My personal feeling, I'm a realtor, I'm not involved as much as Nene nearly in any of this, but my personal feeling is if it's a multi-family apartment, or if it's where there's renters, and then it makes sense if you're going to do that. But if it's a single-family home, we have freezing cold winters here. I have kids. My kids love to mess around and play with things in the house.
Right.
They're going to, who knows what they're going to hang on that, or someone's going to, and then how do you take care of that? How do you keep it from freezing? What's the cost of it? And the damage that is done by those when they go off? I mean, right? All these things, Danny. I mean, maybe you can share more of this.
And then also, if you think about the strain on our water system, if we incorporate this into every home in the existing home, retrofitting into existing homes, it's a huge mess if it becomes completely unraveled.
And the theory behind it, as far as it being put into law, is if it can save one life,
it's worth it.
I mean, how many do they have? I'm sure they have statistics on how many people die in a fire.
I don't know the answer to that.
And most of the time, it's probably done by smoke inhalation than it is from the fire itself. I'm thinking, but anyway, it's the I think a lot of more people are killed, I read, by natural gas coming into your home
versus that
on your hot water heater or furnace through either CO or through just an explosion than necessarily
full on a fire.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of funny that you guys talk about the whole fire thing. My dad was a volunteer fireman for 21 years, and it is mainly smoke inhalation that people are it's knocking them out in the house, and that's how people end up dying.
Oh yeah, so. And I get it. I get the sprinkler thing, and I know we're really on the sprinkler thing, but I get it could be good and it could be bad. It can save lives.
If you have a shared wall, it makes sense.
It can save lives. However, I think it shouldn't be mandated. I think if someone, unless it's like maybe a multifamily, if they want to mandate something and make it a law, yes, you're protecting apartment building with 10 people, and I think they already have that, or you're protecting a duplex or something with renters, because you hate to see those stories. You see those. But from a single family homeowner that wants to build let's say they are one of the 1%, like Carnac here, and they want to build a 10,000 square foot home, they should be able to choose whether they put one of those in. That's my opinion.
Agreed. Well, and not only that, I mean, we've all had the time where we've had a meal overcook a little bit.
Grease fires all day long.
I didn't even think of that.
And then what happens?
Imagine your sprinkler system going off because your smoke detector went off because you're burning the pizza.
My wife would wring my neck even more than she normally would.
She'd be getting a whole new interior.
Pizza.
But anyway, so that's the type of stuff. So eminent domain comes to mind, right? I mean, to me,
Yes.
and all these things, right? That you
Yes. Anything, again, that is real estate related, the State Association of Realtors, Minnesota Association of Realtors, champions as regards to property rights and property owners.
So shifting gears, Realtor of the Year 2014, obviously you're involved in that, but you have to be also involved with consumers, customers, and right?
Yes.
So what makes that part of a good realtor? Are you for that?
Well, one, I will have to say that the more involvement that you have at the association, the more that you come in contact with high producing agents, and so you're able to understand and collaborate with them on what is best practices for your clients, either if they're sellers or if they're buyers. For example, one of the designations I hold, which is called a senior real estate specialist, being that we have a large population of baby boomers that are moving into a life stage where they're not wanting all the responsibility of a homeowner, then they want to downsize. That is an opportunity. How do you help them? How do you help them right size their belongings that
so
they
there's a
collected over 30
designation
years?
for senior. What is it called?
Senior real estate specialist.
Senior real estate specialist. So for all you silver hair tsunamis out there that we joke about, Nene is a senior real estate specialist. There's a designation for that. So we have to go, though. We would love to talk more, but we'll be back next week. I'm Jason Stockwell with Remax Results.
Josh Roshini, Remax Advantage Plus.
Special thanks to Nene, Maddie KK, Maddie B with Grading Home Mortgage,
And Melanie P.
Peters with Grading Home Mortgage.
Thank
Check us out online, talktwincitiesrealestate.com or the Stockwell Roueche Show on Facebook, or call us 651-400-0773. And remember, love yourself and love others.